All right, I just finished these two modulars for my city. Let's try another brand.
Raygun's Legos. Bricks and toys.
All right, toy fans. So hey, we tried the Kai blocks, the Sakura Book Nook Home. I still need to review that. There's some rebuilding that's going to have to happen. I just posted a short about the old Sweet Pea set, and honestly, I don't even remember what that group was. It was something I got on Amazon, a really cheap set, but not too bad. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm a glutton for punishment, so I picked up this new set. It's called Xbert, I guess, because you have to be an expert to figure it out. But it is the Sunflower House, 66119, 1,580 pieces. I got this for pretty cheap. As a matter of fact, got this for $20. If I get commission, I'll put it down in the show notes there. That way you can pick it up as well. Build along with me. It does come with a light kit. I don't think it comes with any proprietary bricks. That's one thing to keep in mind. But we do have a light kit. It is modular, and modular being in that sense, hey, you can take off the roof, look in, take off the floor, look in. Oh my goodness, that sort of thing. I don't know what it is. I get building, and it's like I start getting like really relaxed. I'm like, oh yes, building time. Obviously, I'm gonna be nice and relaxed. Got my tweezers here. Got a couple of bins. Got my book. I figured we would do looking at our book. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total pages, or 7 total bags. So I figured, hey, we'll put a bag together a day. So this week we should knock it out to there. Next week, top of the week, we'll finish it up, right? Or let's see, we would probably end it by next week, honestly, because if it's 2 days, yeah. So we'll finish it up next week, but let's get that first part done. And it does come with stickers. They are, looks like the clear type stickers, which is kind of cool. Got a welcome mat, got a flower shop, got some AC. Lots of cool stuff here. And then, of course, the battery pack. We'll make sure that, I think we need AAAs. I'll kind of look and see if I have any AAAs in there. All right. So we're all on bag 1. And thankfully, everything in bag 1 is right here. So, we've had builds where it's like lots of, and I know that was a key thing with Lumabricks, is that we've got multiple pieces here, there, etc., everywhere, and it's like, hey, all bag 1, but I might have 2 tiny bags, like 1 bigger bag, and I'm not looking for it because I think I've got all the bags. Whereas this, I like how they bag them all together. And this has a lot of Lumabricks vibe as far as its bag. Okay. One thing that sold me on this is that it is supposed to use standard size bricks. I went to look, and yeah, standard size bricks. So clutch on that feels a little tight, but that's also, I'm like pulling random things to build off of. So there's no telling what we're actually getting. Let's separate this up. So we've got plates. We'll put plates, big pieces over there. And there's a lot. There's a lot. So far what I'm seeing, oh hey, another brick separator. I'm going to have a treasure trove of them. I've got a lot of brick separators from Funhole / Lumabricks. So now that I'm getting some other random ones, but still only 1 crocodile one. Okay. All right, these are smaller plates. I'm gonna leave them here. We got our brick separator. I'm going to put the small pieces here. Okay. So, they showed a picture of what looks like a spinner car. Lumabricks did. And a joy sign. Now, they didn't show if it's I or Y, but from the logo design, it looks like Joy from Blade Runner 2049. So they said that they're doing a collab with them. So they might be making a spinner, some other things. It's interesting because I had put in a survey months ago that I was like, hey, let's see, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd put in a survey months ago. I was like, hey, you should do, since you're doing the cyberpunk theme, you should do like the noodle hut that Deckard goes to. And, you know, kind of build this whole noodle hut back alley sort of thing. And then it got announced that they are doing this thing is like a Blade Runner. Now, they didn't specifically say, just the picture of a spinner and kind of futuristic city and the giant J-O, and that's got some, I think, kanji written out. And it looks like the joy sign from the movie. So, if that's the case, I am all down for that. Alright, so looking at this, we got to move these over one. I still haven't put my designs up yet for sale. I am going over all the legalistic aspects of selling it, what to do, that sort of thing. So if you've been waiting for me, like, hey, when are you going to put them out? I'm still working on it. Just give me time. Alright, so we got this nice kind of cross thing. This is going to be fairly large, I think. I have to get some new panels and stuff off of the AliExpress, so I can build some city blockage. I want to put those two houses, these two, together, but one of them I want to lift up and then kind of build stairs up to it, and probably put like a parking garage or something underneath it. So I originally was talking about like slanting the road, and I was like, I don't know if I could do that with what I have. So I'll be playing around. I'll figure some things out. Yeah, so that's pretty big. That's pretty big, and it's held on with that one thing. Hopefully we're putting something under there, or we're removing this once it's done. My hopes. I think that would be a little rocky if we leave it as is. Alright, 2x6s, we need 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it looks like we're putting these right on these edges here to hold these all into place. So 1, 2, same thing on this side, 3, and 4. There we go. And now we need a 2x16. 16 long, 2, or if you don't have a chart tattooed on you like me, you can always count them. 4, 8, 12, 16. And we do need 2 of these, like that, and they're going to be butting up to this, and they're going to be fitting right down onto there. Alright. That's going to be a bit of a thick base, which I like. Unlike the Kai house, or the Kai blocks, which I liked the build, don't get me wrong. And there's accurate reviews, there's some rebuilding I've got to do. But I like the design of the house overall, and I like the look of it. It's just like, there's some things that need to be fixed. But I will say, that the base plate being just a base plate and not an actual anti-studded mills plated situation, it's a little rough. Whereas this, they're giving us anti-studs and a thicker base to begin with. They're already like foreseeing things that need to be done, which is perfect. All right, so we've got a 2x16, and then we need a 2x6, and it looks like this is going to go right here, one, so it's going to go right on the end. So that's going to be pretty big. This is already, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 16, 20. It's not 20, 22. If this is 22 by 22 long, that's going to be pretty. It's not going to be quite a base plate, but it'll be close. Base plates are 32 and 32, so it'll be 10 studs less. It'll give us some sidewalk to work with, I think. All right, so we need a 1x6 and a 1x16, and we're using our Technic bricks here. So 1x16 going on the end here, 1x6 going up here. There we go. And that gives us some studded area to stud into things. And now we need, looks like 9 of these kind of one-stepped snotted plates. So let's see, that is 6. There's 9 right there. Let's put them in. So 1, 2, we'll just keep going, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Going all the way to the end here, just like that. Kind of studded out a little bit. Let's turn this down a little bit so we can see if that makes things just a little bit easier to see. It's like white on white. I'm starting to understand why one of my toy reviewers I love that used to go by the Foosh always had a blue background. Makes sense now. I need to redo some of this, and I will eventually. But oftentimes I do get like brick sets that are in blue, so it's like I have to be careful, and it's like I can't keep switching all the time, so just kind of have to fix your lighting. Alright, so we're going to put this down right here. This is going right across the top. That's got to snap all those into place. So far, clutch on all of this. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Feels good. I don't see like a lot of plate pull on this, which is excellent, because we definitely don't want like this thing to pull, fall apart, not, clutch into one another. There's 5, 8, 9. Let's count them. 3, 3, and 3. That's 9. I like to do multiples so that way I know what I'm getting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 right there. Now we do need another 2x16. So we're going to go ahead and pull another 2x16. Check it. Yep. Or again, count them. 4, 4, 4, and 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So we need that. And then 2 2x2 plates. And this is going across this area right up here. So we've got a 2x2 at the top, 2x16. Now, a lot of these you just gotta pinch them in, and then you've got that one that goes on the end there. So you got studs. So you've got basically snots on each side, studs not on top, pins on this side to do modular. And yeah, man, already super sturdy. Super sturdy. I'm loving this. Alright, so 5. We need 2 of these. 1, nope. Yep. 2 1x10s. And it looks like we're going... So if we're turning this way, I think we're going this way. 1, 2. So 1 and 2. So that should be 20. Yeah, it's 20 studs along there. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Now let's see. What is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. 22 and 20, I think. Or at least this part here is 20. That goes out. So if we go out a little bit further, it'll be 22. Alright. Now we are starting to make kind of an outside portion. So we've got a 2x6 and then 2 of these modified plates. And they have us going 1 out this direction, 1 down this direction. I can bring that down just a little bit like that. And then this is going to be going off that way. So let's grab our plate here. And it looks like this is going to be going 3rd step in, so kind of like right there on the end. Yep. And then now we're building the next portion of it across. So with that being said, let's grab a 2 and 16. So again, 2 and 16. Right there, we need 4 2x2 tiles. And then 4 2x2 modified tiles, or modified plates, however you want to put it. With that, it looks like we're going 1, 2, and then up to the right. This is like old Nintendo code. There's like how to get the Capcom up, down, 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 up, down, right. I can't even remember it. It's been so long since I have dealt with punching codes in on games. Oh man! Down in the comments, let me know what I don't even remember the game at this point. What it was that we were playing. All right, so this is supposed to fit in right here. Gonna tag in right there. Looky there. All right, good clutch on that. Yeah, that's nice. And that'll actually, so if we do want to peg this into something though, we might have to change this or lift it up once on a plate. Because there's going to be, it's either going to be clutch issues or we're doing tiles and then plates up in order to attach things. So there's ways around it. I'm not as concerned about this one as I am the other. Okay. So that was 14, 15 we're down here, so we need a 4x8, 4x10, 4x8, and then an 8x8. Yep. Need 2 8x8s. Okay. And we're about to build up on this. So this is going to go here. So now we're getting a second set of plates to hold everything up. I think that they're wanting to make sure that if this thing gets picked up and moved, it's not going to fall apart, which I definitely appreciate. It does have a few weak areas, like right there, but well, you know, we're just now getting into the build, so there's a good chance we don't know what all is going on. All right, so 2 4x10s, 1 and 2 right here. There we go. And then now we need 2 more of the 8x8s, 4x8, and we're finishing up this top section here. So we've got 1, this one goes right here, 2, this one's going right on the end. And then we'll probably be doing the 1x10s right up there to finish that off. I have a feeling all this edge, including the top, is going to be sidewalked and kind of dealt with. Now, let's see, 1x10s, we need 2 1x10s. So there's 1, 2 right here. Which effectively, if we go out here, that would effectively make this at about 22x22 studs. Pretty large. All right, so now we need our 2x6 and 2x16. 2x16, 2x6. Right up here on this end, we're going to be going 2x6 here. So kind of like the other side. 2x16 all the way up here. Boom. And we're putting down another run of these Technic pieces here. So kind of building it the same way. So that's going to go here. It's going to go right in here. Make sure everything's nice and connected. Press down firmly. Now there's nothing in these corners. That's okay. And there's a little bit of weak plate right there, but it's not too bad. It's just there. All right. And then we need one more 8x8. Now I've got to count this one because this has kind of got a weird thing in that it is kind of off. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 5, 6. So 6 and then 7, I believe, is what we're dealing with. So from here, we are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to be attaching to here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going like that. I'm going to check. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2. It's going to go over 1. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 1. Kind of where I'm at now. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Lots of counting, man. Because it's really like one of those where it's like you can get it wrong. Here's the thing. You can get it wrong, you can put it in the wrong spot. But boy, can it trip you up when you get something in the wrong spot. You get 5 steps ahead, and then all of a sudden you're realizing that you are having to go back and pry up multiple pieces. So 12, we need 2 2x12s, 2 2x8s, 2x8. Yep. Okay. So the more you get it like fixed to begin with, the better off you're gonna be. Alright, so we're spacing it here. We're gonna have 2 off on each side. 2, 1 here, and 1 here as well. I just want to press that in. For some of these, just to make sure they don't pop up, like you just press it. I know that apparently there's like a hammer that you can use. I just never really dealt with that, so I'm like, I don't know about that one. That seems just a little odd in my opinion. It's like I would be more afraid of damaging things by hitting it. Alright, so we need a modified 1x4, a modified 2x2, a modified, well, not even a modified, just an L tile. It's in here. Lots of gray. We got a sea of gray right here. We need 2 of those. A 1x3. A jumper plate. So we got a 1x2 jumper. There we go. And then a 1x1 plate. How quaint is that 1x1 plate? Pretty basic. Pretty basic. Okay, so right here we are putting this modified plate on the end. Then we've got our 1x3, a jumper, and that's supposed to tie up to the end of that, and then an L plate. And then we've got this modified plate or tile there. And L on the end of there. And then a plate, and it's going right in here. Hey, listen, real quick, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. I mean, here's the thing. Subscribe if you want to. I'm past, asking. Like, it's not that I'm past asking. It's like, yeah, if you want to, man, you like what I'm doing, subscribe. That helps out the channel. If you want to help out the channel, subscribe. Otherwise, you don't have to do nothing. But I do appreciate it if you do. Means a lot to me. And, overall, I think this is a pretty quaint channel. Not a lot of madness to it. I kind of like to keep it that way. And, hey, I'm going to interact with you all if I can. Like, I try. I definitely don't want to leave anybody out in the dark. I had a gentleman ask me about, he told me about a review that I did that was it was dark. It was an older video. I totally redid it. Shout him out on it. Hopefully he'll get the set. It's actually a pretty good set. All in all, things considered. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I might do some more of these redos because honestly, like, I can say that I review them, I play with them for a while, I check them out. That one was a little quick on the review, to be quite honest. I've had it out for a while. So I think after I've had it for a little bit, and it's like, all right, let me go back and relook at this. So I might do a few of these redo reviews for certain sets, especially ones I haven't like ripped apart and used for something else, because they might be worth going back and it's like saying, hey, second opinion, let's look at it. Does it still hold up? Is it still where it should be, or is it just absolute bantha poodoo? So, alright, got one of these modified 1x4s, 2 of these shields, lots of these shield pieces, which is pretty cool. We've got a 2x2 jumper plate. Let's find it right there. Okay, that's going right here. Going right here. Interesting sort of setup at this point. Like, it's I like the texture of this. It's almost like a sort of Death Star sort of vibe to it. Like, look at this. This is pretty cool. This would fit in the Cyber City really well. Like, even even if I didn't keep like the sides and I dressed it up and made it ground level, like that's pretty, I like this feel right there, man. Makes me want to get more parts and do more, you know? All right, now we're working in darker gray. So we've got our 2x2, a dark gray shield, a dark gray half 2x2 or diagonal half. We need a 1x2 and then an ingot, a 1x2 ingot. All right. So that's going to go right here on the end. We get this 1x2 that goes right there. 2x2 ingot, and then our shield is going right on the end, just like that. Nice. Nice. I dig that. I dig it. All right, let's kind of truck along because we still got a lot more here. It's not too much, but it's enough. We got our diagonal half, 1x3, 2 ingots this time. 1, 2. And for those who don't know, that's an ingot. It's basically a 1x2 tile, but it's beveled on the sides. That makes it usable for like gold bars, other things like that. It's a pretty cool building piece. You get a lot of really nice texture out of it. Okay, it's going here. This is going way up here. We got 1 ingot here. And the other is studding up on top to go across that way. Okay. Pretty interesting. So we do have that one piece that's crossing already. Make sure everything's nice and pressed down. All right, so now we need our diagonal half, or 1x2 half, or 2x2 half, I should say. A 2x2 modified, 2 shields, and then one of these 1x4 modifieds. And we're going up this way. All right, so that's going up this way, and then we've got our diagonal half. It's going right there. And then we've got a shield, and then another shield. This is going this way, and we want our studs facing out that way. So that is it on this one. Let's move over to our next page. All right, so we have in this run 2 shields, a diagonal half, 1x2, and then an ingot in here. There we go. Small steps, baby steps on all of this. So we're going right here. It looks like the ingot's going right on this end. Then we've got shield, diagonal half, shield, 1x2. And again, this thing has a ton of texture through here. It's almost cobblestone without being cobblestone. It's almost like futuristic cobblestone. This is pretty awesome. Like, I really like that look. I really like it. All right, we got a 1x8, something different this time. A shield, a 2x2 modified, and then a 1x3. We are oh, hold on. I think I skipped, didn't I? I certainly did, didn't I? I'm supposed to be, we got that. I'm supposed to be over here. So we need 1, 2 modified. Give me a second. Okay. So we've got 2 shields, a modified 1x4, a 2x2, and a 2 ingots, it looks like. 1 and 2 right there. Is that right? Most certainly is. And from right here where we're at, push that down and kind of stick to just this spot over here. So 1, and then an ingot. Ooh. Let's do this. Let's push these things up here. Because I've got a space on the end of the book, it's trying to bring it back up. Alright, and then that's going to go here, here, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. And this one's going to go here. Now, you remember how I said that there was nothing under there, so it had a little bit of that push? Yeah, that's more so here than over here. It's got it right there. Probably should have had something that crossed that area between the two. That would have bridged that a little bit better, made that a little bit stronger. It's still not bad. It's just also not great, but it's not bad. It's not going to kill the build. And I think that's the key thing is like right now, that doesn't kill the build. As you're building and you're looking at it, you're like, will this hold? Will this, if I'm building it, I'm like, will I be able to pick this up and move it without the whole bottom of it falling out or the whole thing crumbling because of the base plate? This feels pretty much like it's ready to go. And I like that. I definitely appreciate the fact that this is super, super, super heavy. We didn't have to get it this heavy, but we have it, and it's definitely like we should. I need to be thanking them for this because this means that they're really thinking through their block process, their building process, making things that are kind of nice. Now, I'm not too keen on this. I do think that this probably, like, this should be reversed or something just to cross over. And that's also to break up that design a little bit. But it still works. It still works. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, a shield, and then a diagonal piece. Now we're over here. And this is the part that I'd missed. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, diagonal. And this goes right on the end. So let's get our fingers in there and really press these down. All right. Nice. All right, so that's set there, and now we'll go further. So we need a, let's see, 1x3, 1x3, and then a shield. Now we've got our 1x8, and then a modified 2x2. So we've got that. Now we're building this section right over here. So let's see. How do we got this turned. This is supposed to go right here on the end. That goes right in here. We've got a spot of 2 studs left over. Exactly. This modified plate goes here. And this is supposed to fit right in here. Press it all down. Cool. Yeah. I just love this texture. Like, again, like I can't, I'm like goofing out over this. I'm like, oh, because I really dig it. All right, so 2 of these little quarter tiles. 2x2, and then this time 3 shields. 3 shields. So we got 1 going here. I do appreciate a lot of how they're building these instructions. At this point, being someone who has built their own instructions, it is, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if someone tells you, I could do that, I am all about me saying, cool, show me. Because there are, I mean, don't get me wrong, I bet you there are people who can make instructions easily. But as I went through, I was like, this is not the easiest process. And the thing is that, you know, I'm not like, I built the model in Studio. Okay. Had to modify things in order to make sure things fit. Great. I port that over to my instruction. I let AI do the first initial like building portion, but then I ended up going through and changing almost 75%. Pretty much every page that they kind of put together and I looked at, I ended up changing at least 2 things on each page just to make sure it made sense. And you know, you're like, oh, that's, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, that was like 70 pages of work. There's so much that went into it. Like there's a ton of work that goes into that. It is not the, like I said, it's not the easiest thing. So if you have someone, like if you've built your own books and you've done all that, people are like, I could do that. I'm very much like, great, when can I pick up your design? Let me see what it looks like, because I'm interested. Again, being someone who's built their own at this point, it's like I'd love to see what you come up with. But I would definitely encourage, if you've never done it and you're thinking it's an easy thing, I encourage you to try it out one time, see how it is, think it through, and see if you could do it. Otherwise, you gotta, for those people who make their own designs, like these people who make these designs, I give it to them, man. That is some smart stuff. I've only had a few times where I was kind of wondering, where I was like, wait a second. It's one of those where you go in, sometimes you can see when the designer might be possibly new, or that's not normally their thing. It happens. Okay, so we've got this here. We're putting a this one's going right here on the end. We're kind of finishing up this sidewalk, and like I said, it's a cool sidewalk. Really cool looking piece. And then our jumper kind of goes in the center. Boom. Press all that down. Man, look at this thing. That is impressive. And building's going to go here. But yeah, that is impressive. Alright, so we need a 2x6 and a 2x10. Looks like our 2x10 is going across right here. 2x6 is going across here. We're going to press that in. And I think this is building up some of the outer wall. Now we need 2 of these 2x3s, 1 ingot. This ingot is, let's see, turning it this way. This ingot's going to go right here, across this. Okay. These are going, they go in here on the end. 1, 2. Yeah. So we only have like 1 stud in on it, but again, it's so flat, I'm not worried about those like popping up. Alright, so we got 2x4. Now we're working in our dark gray. 1, 2, 3. A couple modified plates. So this, and then this, and then that, just like that. Okay. And this is going right here on the end, kind of lining up how we did with this one over here. Same thing, but we're kind of getting that dark, it's almost like dark, like waterlogged concrete, which I think is fun. 2x16 again, measure it out, 16, or count them, 4, 4, 4, and 4. 4 and 4, that makes 16. And then we should be finishing up all of this. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. One of these. And then 3 of these modifieds. And I've got 2 shields left over, but we might be forcing that later on into the other part of the build. So as of right now, we're leaving it alone. And we'll have just some leftover. Alright, so we're going to put this on the end. 1 and 2. So right, top, blank, blank, down, left. Again, it's like I'm doing code for an old Nintendo game. This is fun. Alright, this is going to go right here. It's going to peg in right there. We're all nice and set. There we go. Okay, now, things to keep in mind. These are textured here, but on the sides they are the Technic pins. If you decide you want to like do designs on the side, kind of similar to this, you could always do the Technic pins with the little, oh my goodness, pins to studs, and it would kind of get the same thing. Alright, we have 2 of these shields left. We're going to leave them in the bucket. This is where we're at. So at this point, we only worked on this bottom portion right here. So we got that done. So bag 2, let's see if I can get it right here. Bag 2 will be this right here. So we got that done. Bag 2 will be this. We'll come to that tomorrow. Yeah. So pretty cool. Listen, hey, if you have subscribed, you should subscribe with that bell for notifications so you'll be alerted if anything comes from me to you. Like this video. If you're liking it, like it. Helps YouTube know that you're liking what I'm making. Comment, that sort of thing. Look, I love chat with you all, and I will chat with you all. So I'm never shy about that. Sometimes if something doesn't go through, message me. You know, try again. I've got settings down because I got people that do rate some pretty mean things. So if it didn't go through and you think it might be mean, maybe rewrite it a little bit different, but I'll chat with you all. Hey, again, I thank you all for showing up. I really do appreciate it. I'll get the next part of the build tomorrow, right? Hey, I thank you all. Jesus loves you. I love you. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Luck with the build. Happy brick hunting.